Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities wrap-up for Friday, April 4, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. Major currencies showed mixed movement against the greenback. The Australian dollar saw the most dramatic shift, with the US dollar surging 4.6% to reach a new all-time high. Sterling weakened 1.5% against the dollar, despite showing mixed negative trend signals. Looking at returns, the Aussie has seen the strongest movement, with a week-to-date return of 3.9%. In contrast, the Swiss franc and yen both show week-to-date declines exceeding 1.7%. Among other currencies, the Kiwi showed significant weakness, with the dollar gaining 3.4%. The offshore yuan broke upward after 3 days of flat trading, while maintaining a very strong positive trend. Return metrics show the New Zealand dollar experiencing notable weekly losses at nearly 2%. The Indian rupee has remained relatively stable with minimal month-to-date movement, showing returns of just 0.1%.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. Turkey fell 1.6% to 31.67, marking its third consecutive down day. South Korea dropped 3.5% to 51.25 amid strong downward volatility. India and Israel declined 3.8% and 4.5% respectively, while Malaysia saw the largest drop of 4.7%. Looking at returns, South Korea shows the steepest week-to-date decline at 6.5%, with an average daily loss of 1.3%. Israel and India both report month-to-date losses exceeding 4%. Year-to-date, Turkey leads the downside with an 11.7% decline. Norway led declines, falling 9.3% to 22.90. Australia dropped 9% to 21.15, hitting a new one-year low. Austria and Poland both fell 8.6%, with Poland showing particularly strong downward volatility. Spain declined 8%. Return metrics show Poland with the largest week-to-date loss at 11.6%. Norway posted the steepest month-to-date decline of 11.8%. Despite recent losses, Poland maintains a positive year-to-date return of 20.5%, while Australia shows the weakest year-to-date performance at minus 11.4%.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Gold futures fell 64.10 to 3,057.60, while silver futures dropped sharply by 7.5%. Copper futures experienced significant volatility, declining 9.2%. Aluminum futures fell for a fifth consecutive day. Year-to-date returns show mixed performance in metals. Gold futures leads with a 15.8% gain, while aluminum futures lags, down nearly 11%. Silver futures and copper futures show modest gains around 1% and 8.8% respectively. Energy futures faced significant pressure. Brent crude and crude oil futures both hit all-time lows, falling 5.9% and 6.9% respectively. Natural gas dropped 7.6%, while gasoline and heating oil futures both declined over 4%. Year-to-date performance in energy markets shows widespread weakness. Crude oil and Brent are both down over 12%. Natural gas is the only bright spot, up 5.2%, while heating oil has declined nearly 10%. In livestock futures, feeder cattle declined 3.6% amid increased volatility. Lean hogs broke lower after 5 days of consolidation. Class 2A milk hit a one-year low, while corn gained 2.1%. Year-to-date returns in livestock show Class 2A milk struggling with a 17.5% decline. Lean hogs and feeder cattle both show modest gains around 4.5%, while live cattle is up 3.4%. In grains, corn broke higher after 4 days of consolidation, gaining 2.1%. Soybean futures fell for a third consecutive day amid strong volatility. Wheat declined 2%, while oats dropped 2.1%. Year-to-date grain performance shows modest movement. Oats lead with a 4.2% gain, followed by corn up 1.9%. Soybeans and wheat show slight declines, while rough rice is down 7.3%. Soft commodities experienced significant downward pressure today. Cocoa saw the sharpest decline, plunging 8.5% to 8,493. Coffee futures fell 5.1% to 365.50, while orange juice dropped 4% to 225, marking its second consecutive all-time lower close. Strong downward volatility characterized most commodities movements. Year-to-date performance shows significant divergence. Coffee leads with a 14.3% gain, while orange juice has declined 54.1%. Cocoa shows considerable volatility with a month-to-date gain of 7.5%, despite today's sharp decline. Cotton and sugar both show modest year-to-date losses.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency and commodities. Thanks for watching.